I stopped at Wendy's recently to buy a hamburger. The workers informed me that they had run out of beef due to a SpongeBob promotional burger with a pineapple shake. So I grabbed a chicken sandwich and left, but that kinda got me thinking about the Pomo. Yeah, you heard that right. The Pomo burger. A Western Canadian regional specialty that can only be found at the chain Burger Baron. It mingles pineapple with beef, and much like the Krabby Patty, even has a secret sauce. To my disappointment, the specialty sandwich isn't just being ignored, it's actively going extinct. So, being somewhat desperate to archive as much as I can about this local delicacy, I reached out to the one person I consider to be the main Burger Baron archivist.
Hi, my name is Omar Mualem. I'm the director of the Lebanese Burger Mafia, a documentary about the Burger Baron, and this, believe it or not, is my first Pomo burger. Here we go.
A quick aside about the film before you get his proper reaction. It's a success story of immigrant perseverance in the face of adversity, sandwiched between two buns and topped with mushroom sauce. It also explores the anarchist nature of the fast food chain. Burger Baron has seemingly evolved past the term franchise. They are operated like an independent fast food restaurant that stems from the same defunct brand. Not one owner has enough legal power to enforce a copyright, so the brand sits leaderless and yet thriving with nearly McDonald's levels of nostalgia and infamy. The only thing that link each Burger Baron together are the branding, the family atmosphere, and some key menu items like their famous mushroom burger. However, I was surprised when they didn't mention the Pomo. I would later find out it's become an increasingly rare commodity, found only at certain Burger Baron chains in Alberta. And for that reason, Omar had never tried one. Let's go to that now.
Here we go. And you are watching Dive in Canada.
Thoughts?
Take another one here.
Yeah, hold on, let me get that wasp fillet from you. There you go.
Let me try. Let's try. This is really saucy. It's good.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't usually like pineapple on my food. I'm not like anti-pineapple on pizza kind of guy, but like I'm definitely not pro. So I've always thought that it's gonna be a little bit too sweet. But the sauce is already quite sweet.
So sweet.
And it does taste like a very saucy McDonald's cheeseburger.
Yeah.
But with pineapple. I'm not against it.
It is a wild ride.
What?
So you've watched us eat the darn thing. I bet you're asking, what makes a Pomo a Pomo? Well, let's dive into it. A Pomo can be one of a few things. A hamburger or cheeseburger with a sweet and sour burger sauce and topped with a grilled pineapple. If you're one of those pineapple pizza is a crime against food type people, please look away now lest your special eyes be tainted by Satan's Hawaiian burger. People may love the mushroom burger, I get that, but the other popular sandwich, the Oilers burger, is just a better homemade Big Mac. That's too pedestrian for me. The Pomo is where it's at. A masterpiece of taking everything that shouldn't be put together, warming it up on a griddle, slapping it between two buns, and telling it to behave on its way down. The overwhelming sweetness of the pineapple cuts into the unctuousness of the beef and sometimes cheese. It's confusing and beautiful, like a deconstructed Maui barbecue in all the weirdest ways. And undeniably, something Saskatoon can own. Yes, this hamburger is claimed by Saskatoon, not Hawaii. Much like pineapple pizza, this has very little to do with the Rainbow State, and everything to do with World War II, Elvis, and Western-style Chinese food. The pineapple has an odd popularity arc. Way back in the day, it was seen as a status symbol, something that only the richest nobles could own. Then, as industrialization worked its way west, the Dole and Del Monte Hawaiian pineapple plantations started to can and ship their products around the world. Here is a snip from a dinner menu in 1900 showing pineapple shreds available just above hamburgers and popovers for Saturday breakfast. That sounds like a working man's prototype Pomo to me. Canned pineapple became an American pantry staple, which both helped and hindered its popularity. By 1930, it was no longer cool for the rich to be seen eating pineapple. All of the nouveau riche entertainment industry commoners were sullying American high society by bringing their pineapple and hamburgers to cafes and diners. A 1934 article from San Francisco mentions that, due to Prohibition and the Great Depression, many of the unemployed are forced to eat pineapple and hamburger steak. Forced. God forbid. But, as per usual, World War II came around and changed everything. Hawaii suddenly became the focal point of both the Axis and Allied armies as the war progressed. Pineapple was once again popular. Everything from fruit cocktail to upside-down cake required a pineapple, and it's been a key ingredient in the kitchen ever since. By the 1950s, pineapple hamburgers had spread to Australia, and meanwhile in America, chefs were experimenting with chicken and lamb as pairings, along with other odd choices like olives and papayas. As the 60s rolled around, films like Blue Hawaii would bring new interest in all things tiki and tropical. Home cooks began mixing pineapple into savory dishes, and restaurants followed the craze. Pineapple pizza may have been suggested and tried before the 1960s, but it really took off once a Greek immigrant in Ontario put it on his pizza shop's menu. Canadians love pineapple, and once it ended up on the menu of Al Walker's Saskatoon Burger Baron, it took the prairies by storm. As the American part of the franchise was failing in 1961, it was surviving and even thriving in Saskatchewan. The Pomo and its mushroom cousin would end up on most, if not all, Burger Baron menus. Sometimes called the Hawaiian, the ingredients were mostly the same: burger, bun, pineapple, sauce. But what is the sauce? After all, it's the one thing that makes the Pomo stand out from its other burger counterparts. In a 1969 ad, Al Walker mentions that his Burger Baron created the Pomo in 1961, and the recipe is featured in the May 1969 volume of Chatelaine. Well, here it is. Don't ask me how hard this was to procure. It involved the University of Saskatchewan convincing a nice old woman that we aren't scammers on Facebook, and 16 hours of driving time. Searching through, you'll eventually get to a recipe for sweet and sour beef. This is the official original Pomo recipe, as referenced by Mr. Walker himself. If you're also thinking this has a sweet and sour pork vibe, you aren't alone. I wouldn't be surprised if Al lifted this idea from the Chinese place just south of him. That's less than an 8-minute drive, and Walker wasn't one to shy away from expanding on a good money-making idea. For context, there are local Western Chinese places in nearly every town on the prairies, and they are usually the go-to, or the only place to eat out. This plucky little pineapple burger has somehow survived the test of time. In a world where a fast food giant like McDonald's couldn't get the hula burger to catch on, the Pomo is the most insane thing to put on a small-town burger joint's menu. Or, it's a testament to how much prairie boys like their sweet and sour Chinese pork. It's no longer the same recipe as the supposed Chatelaine original, but even the modernized and expedited version deserves a place in the pantheon of blue-collar meals, right next to the mushroom burger and the Edmonton donair. We'll make sure to cover those in the future. Despite being a holdover from a bygone era where Elvis was America's tastemaker and housewives would put anything in a Jell-O mold, the Pomo remains a dog on every menu. It's kept on thanks to passionate people like myself, who think Edmonton deserves a little bit of the island. What island? I don't know. Thanks for watching. So, you want to make a Pomo at home. 1, you're crazy, but I'm here for it. And 2, you're going to be surprised. It's quite easy. I was going to write down a whole long narration for this, but I'd rather you just enjoy the ASMR of me making the darned thing and enjoying it. The recipe I followed will be in the pinned comments below. Please give it a try. Enjoy a true taste of the prairies, where the blue-collar pineapple burger still has a place in our stomachs.
It's actually amazing. This is so good. I forgot how much I like these things.
It's sweet. No wonder
You
they're
know how
good.
funny this is?
Yeah.
The last time I was here, I kid you not, I was eating a mushroom burger in this very seat right here.
And the wasp came
And there
back.
was a wasp on my burger, and I took a bite, and that wasp stung my tongue.
That is a...
And I've never experienced pain like that in my life.
I am 100% going to put that after the credits on this one.
So I wonder if that wasp there is
He's
family.
back for vengeance.
He's family. You killed my brother.